Hey Nail Techs, it's Jill Wright from nailtechevent.com coming to you from my salon. Let's talk while I'm folding my towels. It is Friday night and I have finished my last client and I'm getting ready for the next week. Here's what you do if you don't want to lose clients. Now, sometimes you lose clients for various and sundry reasons. You know, sometimes they lose their job. Sometimes their pay is reduced when their, positions downsize. There's a million different things why you lose clients. A lot of times they just leave and they never tell you why they're leaving. They just leave. And through talking with people over my many years of being alive on this planet, listen to old Auntie Jill when I tell you this. Being on time is very important to clients. When they book a time for you to do their service, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but now when you run in 15 minutes late, that's the problem. One of my clients once told me that she left her hairstylist and she left her in a very, I won't say spectacular fashion, but I will say memorable fashion. She said, now her stylist was constantly running late. She would squeeze in too many people. And you know nail techs how that goes. You will squeeze in somebody for a quick fingernail fix or something, and you're thinking in your mind it's gonna be like 5 or 10 minutes, and it turns into 15 or 20, because they're not there on time and yada yada. So she had been putting up with her stylist running perpetually late all the time. And she even spoke to her stylist about it the one time and said, I have a lot of appointments of my own. I made this time around all of my other obligations. I really have to be out of here on a certain time. So I need you to run on time. Is there any way, what can I do to help you run on time? Because I'm getting here early to help you be on time. I'm making sure I'm on time. Well, the stylist apologized, profusely. And I don't know if she offered her a blow dryer or whatever for free. Well, that's all very well and good, nail techs, but now if my client didn't want a free blow dry, she just wanted her stylist to be on time. That's how your clients feel too, only they're not telling you that. Most people will just go away mad and they're gonna take their business elsewhere and they're gonna tell their next stylist or nail tech why they left with the hopes that the stylist or nail tech will take that cue to not treat them that way. Okay, so now I know this is what happened. She said she had booked with her stylist for a shampoo blow dry and an updo because she had to go to a very fancy gala. And it was like she couldn't just not go. It was part of work related. She was involved with the production of it. She had to be there. And she had to be there at a certain time, So she walks in and the stylist is running late. And she sat there and she waited and she gave it 10 minutes. And then at the 15-minute mark, here's what she did. She quietly got up from her chair in the waiting room. She walked over to her stylist. Stylist is frantically blowing dry this lady's hair, trying to, get back on schedule. She taps her on the shoulder. Stylist turns off her blow dryer. My client says, this isn't going to work for me anymore. Take me off your books from now on. And she turned and she left. And she drove like a mad woman all the way home and washed and shampooed and blow dried her hair and tried to style as best she could into an updo to make it look presentable for this very fancy gala that was work related. And she was truly stressed out by this whole endeavor. So the stylist texted her, after hours when she was done working on her clients and apologized, offered her free this, that, or another. My client didn't take it. She found a new stylist who could run on time. And that's why I know running on time is very important. So a lot of times when you're losing clients and you see that attrition and you're not sure why they're leaving, look at how you're operating your business. Are you running on time to respect their time? Are you there early? Or are you dragging in late while they're waiting for you in the parking lot? The reason I'm here on Friday night folding my towels is to put them up and get them ready for my clients on Tuesday. Over the weekend, I don't work Saturdays. I've been in this business 39 years. I haven't worked a Saturday in a million years. But I prepare, and that's what a professional nail tech does, and a professional stylist. You prepare at the end of your evening, get all things cleaned up, vacuum, do what you got to do, and you get it ready so on your following day, which would be like most people's Monday when they go into work, and it's like, you're going back to work, okay. You walk in, how are you going to feel like when you walk into a big hot mess, knowing like now I got to vacuum and I got to fold these towels and I got to do all these things? It stresses you off, and it starts to stress your clients off too, because they feel the stress emanating off of you, and you're running late. You're running late because you're still trying to tidy up and do these things that need to be done, and your clients are sitting in the waiting room 5 minutes already, 10 minutes even, because you haven't managed your time properly. So a professional learns this when they go to work as an employee at a professional salon. Now, when you first get out of beauty school and you go straight up into booth rent, it's the Wild West. You have no clue what is professional behavior because you've never worked in a professional salon. So you've never had that professional training unless you've had the good fortune, the rare fortune, to go to beauty school where they prepared you of what to expect when you get out into the real world on how to behave as a licensed beauty pro working in a professional salon. I was so lucky. I didn't even realize when I was young how lucky I was to start my first job as a W-2 employee on commission, and benefits paid, taxes taken out. I didn't have to supply anything other than my metal tools. I just showed up and on time, did my clients the way they trained me, the way I was supposed to, and behaved accordingly. And then I left, and then in a week I collected a paycheck. It was so easy. And I didn't even realize how lucky I was to get that training until I went out into the real world of everything else with the booth rent and this and that. And I saw how people just, they didn't know. I mean, they went from high school to beauty school to the salon, and they were never trained and educated on how to behave, how to talk, how to interact with clients in a professional manner. And that's why people are running late all the time. It's like you feel you're trying to help your clients when they're like, oh, I just broke my nail, and can you work me in between these, this time, blah, blah, blah. And you might have a 15-minute break, and you're like, yeah, I can do that and get on here. Well, you've only got those 15 minutes, so baby, you better pray that client is early, and you better pray the client before you isn't running you late with, air pockets and broken nails and this and that. That's gonna take you longer to fix. So when you are booked so tightly like that, you're gonna be running late when you try to squeeze somebody else in. So my tip to you, when you're gonna do that, if somebody's breaking a nail, make them your last appointment of the day.